Your Honor, Ms. Chaffin is our next witness.
Okay, ma'am, if you'll raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, self you got.
I do.
Thank you. If you'll sit down, please. Ma'am, if you'll speak up in that little black microphone there in front of you, that'll help me hear.
Okay.
Okay? Could you tell me your first and last name and spell them both?
Jennifer Chaffin, Jennifer Chaffin.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Chaffin, where are you employed?
Murfreesboro Police Department,
And in what capacity are you employed?
dispatcher,
And let me ask you a little bit about your background. Where are you from originally?
Michigan,
And when did you come to Murfreesboro and become employed with the Murfreesboro Police Department?
2007.
What does a dispatcher do?
Answer emergency and non-emergency calls.
And how is the, I guess for a better description, I'll call it the 911 office or the 911 room.
Yes, sir.
How is that all set up and how does it work and function?
We have 8 consoles. Every console has computers, 4 computers. We enter calls that we receive on the phone, dispatch officers, fire department, and ambulance, or not ambulance, but fire department and police.
Now, does the 911 center, does it have equipment so that it can record calls that come
Yes.
in? And what is the purpose of that?
All calls are recorded, even in non-emergency calls, in case of situations like court.
And as I understand it, also the more advanced ones will actually tell you where somebody is or give you their address.
Landlines, yes.
Okay.
Cell phones, no.
Now, were you on duty and employed by the Murfreesboro Police Department on March 2nd, 2011?
Yes, sir.
And in what, you say you were a dispatcher, what would your specific duties be on that particular day?
Call taking, we rotate radio time between the police department and fire.
Okay. And when you say radio time, the radio time, is that the person who you actually hear the voice when they call the police officer and tell, or either answers the phone?
We send the officers, yes.
Okay. And then there are others that just answer the phone and talk to the complainants or whoever's called in?
Yes, sir.
And what shift did you work that day, if you remember?
That was the afternoon flex shift. I'm sorry, it's the morning flex shift, 10:45 in the morning to 7:15 in the afternoon.
Now, I'm going to ask you, did you receive a call, an anonymous call, concerning the campus the Raiders Crossing apartments on that particular day?
Yes, sir.
And you know what time it was?
It was at 6:45.
And how is it that you know the time?
It is recorded when the call comes in. The computer records it when I enter the information.
And is a report generated?
I'm sorry?
Is a report generated?
Yes. A dispatch log.
And what is a CAD operations report?
It's a computer-aided dispatch is what they call it.
Okay. And was one generated concerning this call
Yes, sir.
in that situation? You've told us it came in at 6:45. What time was it dispatched?
It was dispatched at 6:47.
Okay. And you know what time officers arrived at the scene?
6:53.
Now, other than that call, was there another call from the Raiders Crossing apartments?
Yes, sir.
And that was from a person who identified himself, I guess you later learned was Casey Anuna?
Yes.
And was that call recorded as well?
Yes, sir.
And what time did that call come in?
At 6:56.
Okay. So can we summarize, did the time that the first call, anonymous call, was what?
It was at 6:45.
Okay. And the other call from Mr. Anuna was what time?
6:56.
And the police check on the scene at?
6:53.
So they had already checked on the scene by the time Mr. Anuna had
Yes, sir.
called you. Have you had the opportunity to listen to what was, I think, labeled the anonymous phone call,
Yes, sir.
and you recognize your voice on it?
Yes, sir.
Does it accurately depict the conversation between you and the caller on that particular time?
Yes, sir.
And have you been able to learn that that caller was actually Renee Reese?
Yes, sir.
Now, at this point, we'd like to play the tape.
Okay.
911 emergency.
Hello?
Hello? Can I help you?
Yes, I just need a police dispatcher to go to Raiders Crossing and check in the last building, just knock on the third floor door.
For what?
I heard fighting.
You heard what?
Everything's okay. I heard fighting.
You heard fighting?
Yes, I just heard fighting, yes. And so I just want to make sure everything's okay.
Okay, so last building, what apartment?
Raiders Crossing.
I understand that. What apartment?
I'm not sure.
Okay, it's the last building. Is it upstairs, downstairs?
Upstairs, third floor.
Third floor? Which one?
The one closest to the back wall. If you face it, it's going to be a funeral home.
Back wall, left, right?
Yes, the back right.
The back right one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What's your name?
I don't want to say my name. I don't feel comfortable saying my name.
Okay. All right, we'll have an officer check it out.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Does that phone call accurately depict the conversation that you had on March 2nd, 2011 with the anonymous caller that later turned out to be Miss Reese?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we'd like to make that an exhibit.
Okay, the next number exhibit.
Number 9, sir.
Thank you.
And in response to that call, that is why you dispatched the officers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you told us about a call that you got from Mr. Newman.
Yes, sir.
And have you had an opportunity to listen to that and verify that that was the conversation that you remember having with him?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we'd like to play that one.
Okay.
Now, what emergency? Hello, 911. Man, where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Tell me the address. Hello, tell me the address where you're at. Hello?
Hey, please come to Hazelwood Apartments, please.
What's going on?
My girl is came and my girl's bleeding to death, please.
Okay, hang on the line. What apartment are you in?
321.
Okay. You're at 1350 Hazelwood?
Yeah, somebody call her.
Okay, we've already got police and ambulance on the way. What apartment are you in?
321, man.
Okay, we're on the way. We've already got people on the way. What?
321.
Sir, there's 2 officers there. Do you see them?
Dana, please, man.
Sir?
Please, man. Dana, please, man.
I think he's in apartment 321, but he's just there.
No, get away. Dana.
He keeps saying that she's been stabbed or something.
Keep moving, Dana, please. Keep moving, Dana. Keep moving, Dana. Dana, keep moving, Dana. Dana, keep moving, man. Dana, keep moving, man. Dana, keep moving, man. Get hell, man. Get hell, man. Dana, keep the hell. Dana, please keep the hell. Dana, please. Keep the hell, man. Dana, keep the hell. Please, Dana, keep the hell. They get away, man. Oh, Lord.
What did he look like?
Your Honor, we'd like to make that the next exhibit.
Okay.
And also, you did mention that there was a report that generates the times, and I don't know if I've shown you this, but I think I've shown you previously this. Is that the report?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we'd like to make that an exhibit too. It's 2 pages, but 1
That'll
exhibit.
be the next number exhibit.
Exhibit 10 of the 911 and 11 for the report,
That's
sir.
perfect. Thank you very much.
And Raiders Crossing Apartments, is that in Rutherford County, Tennessee?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I believe those will be my questions.
Questions, Mr. Brett? No, sir. All right, any questions from our jurors? Not seeing any? Thank you, ma'am. You can step down.
Thank you.
You're free to say the floor, free to go.
Thank you.
Please.